It is late March. It's almost April 1st here in Minnesota. And by this time, the last couple of years, the ice, like if I was out here right now with my pickup, it'd be history. Ice was sinking. People were probably almost fishing open water in bays and stuff by now. I don't know. But today what I'm targeting is crappies and bluegills. And this time of the year, it's kind of iffy. You know, some of the lakes, the crappies and gills have already pushed up right into the weeds in that shallow water. And some of them are still transitioning out, you know, from basins to that area. So what I'm doing today is, there's a basin here, and I was out here, oh gosh, maybe a week or so ago, and I found some. They weren't, you know, they weren't in the center of that hole. They were just out around the edges. So they're, you know, they're making their way up to that that pre-spawn pattern. So I'm gonna drill some holes, and we're gonna try to get on some pan-ees.
You stole my heart of gold after my silver soul. Can you dig any deeper now? I gave you all I own, but
There he is. Feels like a bluegill. Just a little fella, but that is a fish. Whoa, there you go, bud. Just got a couple split shots on, and I'm using a little 3mm jig with a wiper. They seem to want something really small today, so we're going to stick with that and hope to catch a few more fish. There's one. This one feels nicer. There's a nice bluegill. There's a real nice one. Oh yeah. He's probably 8.5 inches. Whoa. That's about the ideal one for frying. You see they got those little black parasites in them, but it doesn't hurt anything. There we go. That's nice. This will be a nice crappie, I'll bet. There's a nice crappie. Found another crappie. It's a miracle. Or I should say I found a crappie. That's a good eater. That's probably a 10.5, 11 incher maybe. Let's get back down there and see if he's got any buddies that want to go to the frying pan. So up there I was in 24 feet. Now I'm in 21. These fish are, well, they're suspended up. You know, from 2 to, it looks like about 3 feet. Right there, but that's a big crappie. Well, I don't know about big, but I'll bet it's a crappie. He come out of the school 80 miles an hour. Well, not big, but not bad. Yeah, a good eater. I'll go good with the fish fry tonight. Here it is. I switched to a 4mm Valentine with a 1-inch minnow. Another one. I bet it's another crappie too. Really doing the crappie flop. Yeah. Picking the crappies off now. if I catch, I'll keep one more crappie. There we go. Another crappie, I'll bet. There it is, another crappie. I like that pink plastic minnow, another good eater. Well, I got 4 crappies and I think 5 sunfish, which is plenty for my fish fry tonight. So anything else I catch, I'm gonna let go now. Just in that plastic minnow. No bait, just that. There's another one. That's gonna be a bluegill though. Go. Yeah. Works for everything. Whoa. There you go, fella. With these minnows, when I notice, like, now the tip is getting kind of worn out, I'll bite a 1/4 inch of that off. Where'd that go? Oh, there it is. I'll bite that off, just redo the minnow, and it's like new, just a little bit smaller is all. That doesn't seem to affect the fish at all. There's another one. That feels a little bit better, maybe. There's a nicer crappie. He's got to be. I know. I think it's this jig, man. Seriously, it's that jig. They're just loving that thing. There's a real nice crappie. When I'm jigging for these crappies, I like to jig up above the school because the crappies tend to rise out of it really fast. That one is. That's a crappie. That fish was moving way too fast to be a bluegill. Oh, it's a dandy too. There we go. That's a real nice crappie. Peace out, homie. There we go. Oh, I hate that feeling. There we go. Ooh, this feels like a nice one. Feels like a real nice one. No, it's, and he poked me too, the last one. I'm bleeding. Yeah. There, do you want some? Do you? I don't know if you have minnows this small. Do you want a couple of them? Okay. Yeah. There we go. This feels like a decent one. Oh, there's a nice one. Wow. There's a million marks down there. The sunfish kind of just come up at it slow and pick at it a little bit. And then the crappies come out and just... Whoa. Alright everybody, so today what I'm fishing is a transition area. Okay, so out in front of my vehicle basically is like a 30-foot hole roughly. Out behind me is a shallow bar. Gets up to 10 feet. Weeds are maybe a foot tall up there. And what I'm doing is I'm searching for these fish. And these fish are transitioning from, their deep basin area up to, the spawning area pretty much. And it's pre-spawn, so any place in between that area and the weeds is a good place to search. And that's what I did. I was out here the other day, and actually I wasn't right on this spot. I was down a little bit, and I found fish then. Well, today I came to the same spot, couldn't find them. Just, tried a different area. Same depth, like I said, deep, shallow. Fish are gonna be between here and there. So I'm actually gonna show you on my Helix the area that I was fishing on the lake. I'm not gonna name the lake because that's internet suicide for a lake. I know that you guys from 200 miles away or from Wisconsin aren't gonna come and fish this lake, but there's a lot of people around here that watch my stuff, and they'll, they just know. All right, everybody. So I'm going to show you the area that I've been fishing here. Yes, my thumb is covering my waypoint. I don't name lakes, but I'll show you the depth contour and stuff that I target. So you can see to the right here, this right there. That's the deepest hole. That's about 20 to 30 feet. My waypoint right there. And then up here to the side is the weed edge. And what the fish are doing, they're transitioning from those basins up to that weed edge for pre-spawn. And anywhere between that basin and that edge, you can find fish. So literally up, and up and down the shoreline is where I drilled holes. I actually started up right on the weed edge, and I caught a few sunfish, but they weren't very big and, not in numbers. So, sometimes you have to drill a lot of holes. And with this weed edge up here, the weeds weren't very thick. They were maybe a foot tall, and in this particular lake they're really not much for thick weeds. But anyway, yeah, right here I actually drilled holes right on the edge of the basin here. I drilled holes all the way up in here. I even started here and worked my way out. And it might take you a ton of holes to find fish, but obviously you can see I got a waypoint there from the other day, but today I guess I caught the fish probably right around here. Same depth range, just moving up and down the shoreline either direction. Drilling holes and finding fish. That's the only way to go about it. It's tough when you do it by yourself. You can find some guys to do it with. Way easier. I make it tough on myself usually, but that's the way it is. Anyway, equipment today, 36-inch light action Yogi custom rod. Pow, thing's sweet. 13 Lunsen reel, 4-pound Berkeley ice line. The key right here, 4mm. This is a Valentine jig made by Clyde Morgan over 3 Northern Jigs, and that's what's left of one of my soft plastics, which also he makes these soft plastics right there. That is the 1-inch minnow, I believe, and I use the chartreuse, the pink, I use the red. Murder crappies incorporated, pretty much is what happens when you put these things on. Anyway, yeah, I got one single split shot above this 4mm jig for the simple reason that I don't use spring bobbers. You put this sinker on here, it puts down pressure on the tip of that rod. A little bit of down pressure, any fish bites it, you see that movement in pretty much any depth of water. I'm fishing tulibies in 80 feet of water, and I do but roughly the same thing with a small spoon. It works. A lot of people say that split shots hinder your ability to fish because they chase the split shot every now and then, and they do. But I have no problem, using this technique. As you've seen, it is very productive. Really light line works great, 2-pound with a free fall reel or something, all great stuff. But this is the technique that I am targeting today. All right. Yeah. Anyway, I got a bunch of crappies you've seen. I kept a few crappies and a few sunfish, not my limit by any means, because I don't have to come out here and keep 10 crappies and 20 big sunfish. You know, I'm having a small fish fry tonight for some friends and myself, and that's all I need. You know, I don't need, you know, enough for 10 people or 15 people when all I have coming by are 5 or 6 people. Not hating on people that keep more than that or their legal limit, that's fine. But I just encourage people to keep what you're going to eat, or maybe you're going to have a meal next week and keep some. Um, that's just what I like to promote. Also, catch and release. You've seen that I caught some really nice crappies, some probably, you know, I'd say that 12-inch range. And I let all of them go, you know. Normally, even if I caught those 12 inches and I didn't have a limit, I'd let those go anyway. Anyway, guys, yeah, that is how I catch crappies. Late ice. Peace out.